What is going on, Poke Peeps? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have finally got my pre-order in of Perfect Order. That's right, finally gotten my pre-order in, even though everybody else got theirs like a week and a half ago. So I finally got mine in, and now we're going to be opening up these boxes and kind of seeing what we have in the Perfect Order set. So this is not a battle, but let's have some fun, see what we get. Alright, so the first thing we're going to start with here is going to be the ETB, or the Elite Trainer box. These are a great way to actually start out if you are getting into Pokemon for the first time. And the reason why is because you actually get everything you need to actually start into the game. You get a player's guide which tells you information about this specific ETB, the cards in it, and what kind of set or card sets you can actually get. I love these ETB books because you do get to see all the card artwork on them, and it even has little check boxes so you can actually determine what you do and do not have. Obviously, this one is going to have a handful of cards that everybody's going to be going after. You obviously have the Gold Mega Zygarde that people are going to be going after, Rose's Engagement. You also have the Jacinth, as well as the Meowth, another Mega Zygarde, and the Clefable and Clefairy cards with the Starmie cards as well. And what's interesting, though, is the cards that you would think are going to be the sought-after cards currently are not the ones that are going for the most. You would think the gold card would be going for a lot of money right now, but it's actually not. You know, Rose's Encouragement is actually a big card right now. It's going for $162 raw. You have the Mega Zygarde, which is next in line, followed by the Meowth. You know, it's kind of interesting how certain cards actually are the sought-after cards over other ones. Now, obviously, this set just came out, so time will tell, but me personally, I'm going after the Meowth set. I did open up the Japanese version of it, and I did get this specific version of the Meowth, the one with the golden background to it, but I did not actually get the special illustration wear. That one I want to get more than anything. I don't even care about the gold one myself. It'd be nice to have it, but the Meowth is the one I want to go after, as well as the Starmie, where he's got the beam. I mean, I would love to see if there's going to be a card that actually extends to the side like they have done with the past, because I want to see who he is actually blowing up in the face. But overall, you get your player's guide card, and then you actually get the ETB itself. The ETB gray and green, so interesting color scheme. But inside of it, you obviously get all the stuff you need for your own starting. You get sleeves for your cards that you're going to get, because you do get packs to open up all your cards. You get your promo card, which is what they call Black Star Promo. Sometimes these come in terrible condition because they are, as you can see, just loose like this. This one actually looks like it's in really, really good condition, considering everything. This could probably get a Gem Mint 10, if not a Pristine. I don't know. But you get that with them, and you also get your energy cards to go with it. These are just basic energy cards. There's no like holographic ones or anything like that in them. So you get your energy cards to go with it. You also get a coin. A lot of times the coins are actually damaged because they're just free floating in there, but this one's actually in good condition. So thank you, Pokemon, for that one. And then you also get your dice to go with it. Now, what is everybody here for? They're actually here for all of these guys right here, these cards. This is what they are buying these for. This is what's going to have your cards to actually start the pack. And I do not know if there is actually any God packs with this set. I have not seen anything online stating there is or is not. So it would be interesting to find out if there is actually a God pack with these. Because I would love to pull another God pack out of a ETB. It was awesome to pull the last one, but the last one actually was a sought-after deck that everybody wanted. That was the Ascended Heroes one. This deck, like I said, doesn't really have much in the way of what people are looking for, because it's kind of like a filler set until we get to the next group, which is going to be, I believe, Chaos Rising is what the set is called. And Chaos Rising is actually going to be known for the oh darn it, who is it that's on that one? The shoot, give me a second here, let me pull that one up, because now I can't think of the name of the person that it's going to be. Greninja. Wow, I could not think of that. Greninja is going to be the big one on that set, and you know, rightfully so. Greninja is actually good. You can actually see the Japanese version of that set right now. It's called Ninja Spinner. And you can see the kind of cards they have. They have a gold card of Greninja, as well as a standard SIR. Both of them beautiful cards. I'm looking forward to that set because I'd love to have that card myself for my own collection. But anyways, getting back to what we're here for, we're actually here for these guys right here. and I will get these open just so we can get the ETB out of the way, and then we will start on the booster box and the booster bundle. All right, so the first pack is going to be right here. It's going to have Mega Zygarde on the front. Let's see if that's actually going to be a indication of anything good or not, but let's see if we can actually get a God Pack. I don't think there's probably going to be a God Pack in this set because there's just not really many cards to do a God Pack set with. So I think this one is probably not going to have any. But if they do, great. If not, so be it. Here's your redemption card for anybody that wants it. As far as this set's concerned, I don't personally think it's going to take off like, you know, Ascended Heroes did, or 151 and Phantasmal Flames. I really don't think it will. Destined Rivals. I think this one's probably going to be on the lower end, like Twilight Masquerade, Journey Together, things like that. Just because, again, there's just no hits to it. But starting off, we got Hippopotas. And this set myself, I am not going to be doing a master set with. I just don't want to. So we got a Turtonator to start, reverse, followed by a Shovel, and then our first one is going to be a Salazzle EX. Okay. So there's the energy card as well. So, alright, so we do have an EX on the first one. Not bad. It's not what we're looking for. You know, we're obviously looking for Rosa's Encouragement. There's two different versions in this set. One of them that everybody's wanting is because it's a trainer gallery card. It's a trainer card which has her eating ice cream, and the ice cream is actually in the shape of Pikachu. How could you not want that? The Mega Zygarde SIR, I mean, it just looks awesome. I would love to have that as well, just again for my own personal collection. But again, I'm here for the Meowth. I did open up the Japanese versions of it, so this is not a God Pack. And I did get every single one of the Clefable, Clefairy cards in them in the Japanese set. As I had mentioned in one of my previous posts, I actually took those cards to my local shop and I was able to trade those in for store credit to get my SIR Mewtwo from the Destined Rival set. So we got Core Memory, a Dartrix, and a Luxray. So I'm not going to complain. I was able to get what I wanted out of it. I got my Mewtwo because if you've seen my channel, I have spent lots and lots of money trying to get that Mewtwo. Finally got tired of trying to pull it, especially with the prices of Destined Rivals going up. And it's a set that's going to be going out of print. So I figured I'd get it now while I could. And let's see. Not a God Pack, starting out with Rowlet. So I'm just going to go through these real quick just to kind of get through them since we do have a lot to do today. So we have Gengar. Okay, so Gengar, I've seen online a lot of people pulling the Gengar. And it's not even one of the sought after cards in this set, which is interesting. Because typically Gengar is always one of the big ones that people go after. I mean, Ascended Heroes, Gengar is going crazy. I think it's going for like $1,000 or more right now raw. 3,000 plus if it's graded as a 10. The pristine 10, the black pristine 10 from BGS. I mean, those things are wow. I mean, I want to say it was like 10 grand or something like that. I don't know. I didn't even look at that because I couldn't afford that. But I pulled one out of my own set anyways. So I've got that in my own collection. I have that being sent out to be graded. Hopefully I should be getting that here soon. When I sent it in with the 20-day turnaround. So we got a Spritzy, a Tyrant, and a Full Art Sacred Ash. But yeah, I sent it out and it was a 20-day turnaround and I overnighted it to them. And here we are on week 4. Because they do business days for their 20-day turnaround, and they haven't even done anything with it aside from saying that it was received and locked up in a thing. So, yeah, they're not even adhering to their own time frames. When I checked on it the other day, I did see that they changed their time frames to 40 days, which kind of irks me because I paid for the 20-day turnaround. So we got a Superior, a Honedge, and a Landorus. And, you know, I'm going to get screwed out of having to pay that extra money for it, and I'm not going to get my cards back in 20 days like I wanted them. But nothing I can do about it at this point. I honestly think they purposely did that so they can try to force people to spend the extra money because it would cost like $50 per card or something like that to get the expedited 10-day one, which means they put you ahead of everybody else. So I think they actually changed the time frames on purpose just to kind of make people have to pay that extra tier. All right, so we got a Raticate, a Villian, and a Dugong. But I can't prove that. It's just my opinion. Makes sense. But anyways, so hopefully I get those cards coming back, and I've got 15 cards going out. All of them I had pulled on my videos, so you can actually see the cards that I pulled. My Gengar special illustration rare from Ascended Heroes, is just beautiful. Like, I mean, it is a perfectly conditioned card. So we got a Gillette, Luxray, and a Tarantum. But yeah, look and see what I can get on those. I've got a lot of other cards that I want to get sent out to get graded as well. Right now I'm just kind of having to hold off because of my funding issue. But alright, starting off with the Clefairy. And the first one is going to be a Rock Energy. Awesome. We get our first illustration rare. Actually, is that our first one? I don't even remember. Oh, second one. First one that we actually care about. Nobody cares about the Ash. So we got a Spupa sitting on a park bench, looking all cool in the snow, it looks like. At least I'm thinking that's the snow. Could be concrete. I don't know. Whatever it is. But it's a nice card. I'm glad to have gotten a full art out of this one. And we are only 8 packs in. We've gotten one good one. There's the energy card as well. So, yeah. I think it's safe to say that the pull rates on this set are terrible. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, granted, there are only like 80-something cards in the main set. And then, again, just a handful of illustration rares and full art illustration rares. So I don't think the pull rate's going to be anything special to begin with. I would think the more cards that you have in the set is going to be determined on how many pulls you're going to get, but I don't know how they determined it. So we got a Fletchling, another Shovel, and another Energy because, yeah, everybody wants their special card to be an energy card. Nice job, Pokemon. Terrible job. But anyways, that is the ETB. That was 9 packs of essentially nothing. Here's actually what we got out of those 9 packs. So we got a Growing Energy, we got the Spupa, another Growing Energy, and then the Hollows with a Sacred Ash, and Gengar is probably going to be the other big one, and a Salazzle. So yeah, nothing special at all out of that ETB. So I don't know, maybe it's just the first round kind of thing to where the cards themselves are actually just going to be terrible pulls because they want you to have to keep spinning more and more and more to get the pulls. I don't know. But we'll go ahead and start with the booster box next. And this one is actually going to be a different booster. I'm sorry, not booster box, booster bundle. This is actually a different design than what they used to do. The older series actually had you sliding the thing out the side, and then you'd have the excess card. This is actually just a standard box where you actually pull it out of the top. So, interesting choice that they went that way this time around. Why? I mean, it makes sense to me from a manufacturing standpoint. You're not spending as much on cardboard. But anyways, we'll go ahead and get started on this one. Maybe Meowth on a chair as the first card is actually a good sign. Maybe we will get the Meowth that we are wanting here. But anyways, hopefully everybody else has been able to find their perfect order and actually do some of their own ripping. I know the set just got released yesterday, I believe. So good luck to everybody who was able to get it. So we got a Landorus, a Jacynth, which is not the one we are looking for, by the way, and then another Energy as our special. Seriously, Pokemon, come on. I mean, if that ain't a slap in the face to your collectors, then wow. An Energy card as the special one. GH. Anyways, so we'll see what we get here. Again, I don't play the card game myself. I just do it for fun. So we'll go straight to the end. So we got another Turtonator, and we got another Spupa, and another Energy card. All right. Now, I know they have other cards in this set besides Spupa. At least they show online they have different cards, and they even have it in the book that's different cards. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. At least the ETB gave me a Tyrant as a different card. So there's the redemption card for anybody that wants it. Still not a God Pack, so we'll skip through to the end. So we've got a Core Memory and a Barbacurl. Jeez, oh my god, I totally destroyed it. And another Tyrantrum. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking all the cards I got came off the same exact set. They didn't have anything different in them, so I don't know. But there's a redemption card for it. I have seen online other people pulling other cards, so I know the other cards exist, just apparently not for me. So we've got a Smirak, Volcanium, and a Pokepad. A Pokepad, for some odd reason, seems to be going pretty crazy for people. These are going for like 40 bucks, 45 bucks raw. A Pokepad, of all things. A Pokepad. Not even a Pokemon, a Pokepad. So, I mean, now, like I said, you know, I'm only in it for the Meowth myself. So all these other cards that I have, you know, I'm going to put online. If they only go for like $1, I'm not even going to waste my time. I'll just take them to my local shop and trade them. But if I get in like the Pokepad, you know, like it said, it's 40, 45 bucks online, I'll end up putting it on there for like 75% of it, you know, like 30 bucks or something like that for anybody that wants it. Just, again, I'm not trying to do anything special with Perfect Order myself. Spewpaw is what we're going to start out with. And we're going to have a Scorpion with a Spewpaw and a Clefable. All right. Finally, we're starting to get somewhere. Now, this is not the Clefable that we are looking for. The Clefable we're looking for is on the screen right now. And then there's also a second one, which is a Clefairy, which is a pretty nice card, which would be another one to have, which would be nice. This one specifically goes for, let's see, if it was to be sold online, ungraded. Actually, I'm not even seeing it on this website right now. So, oh, Mega Clefable, number 31. It's going for like 10 bucks online, but it's still a nice card. I'm going to keep it for my own collection because, again, I want to at least have some of the cards myself, but, yeah, I don't know. We'll get stuff online for everybody. That Salazzle that I pulled, by the way, goes for about 4 bucks online. The Sacred Ash goes for 7. So, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get the cards that I actually want. There's a redemption card for everybody. I'd love to know what everybody else got in the comments. You know, post on what they pulled, what they didn't pull. So we got a Spritzy, followed by a Sail, Foil, and then another Gengar. Like I said, Gengar seemed to be what's getting pulled the most from a lot of people. Don't know why. All right, with that being said, that is the end of that booster box, or booster bundle. We got a Gengar, a Clefable, a Pokepad, Tantrum, and a Spewpaw, and then a bunch of energies. So that's all we got out of that. Like I said, you can clearly tell the pull rates are apparently terrible on this set. Next up is going to be the booster box. The booster box, if nobody has ever used one themselves, obviously these cost more, typically just because it's all packs, that's it. This one I was able to get for 200 bucks. I know that's a little bit above MSRP, but it's still cheaper than what the scalpers are trying to charge, and I'm not going to buy into the whole scalping thing. I'm only going to pay so much above MSRP for a set that I want. So I would rather them get stuck with those things and then have to sell them at a loss than actually help them out and benefit, you know, the scalpers. People should be able to do this as a hobby, something fun, not as a way of going bankrupt and losing their house. All right, there's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. I'm going to start off again. I'm just going to skip through all these again. So we have an Aurorus, a Probopass, and a Landorus. So, out of curiosity, who else is is looking forward to the new Chaos Rising that's coming out? Be interested to see what everybody's thoughts are. Do you even like Greninja? Alright, so we have Telepathic, a Honedge, and wow, that is a terrible pack. Man. Instead of just giving you the illustration rares or the EXs, they're giving you energy cards. Wow. Well, this will be what, 36, 45, 51 or 51 packs that I will be opening up. I hope I get more than just 2 or 3 illustration cards out of 50-something packs. So there's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. We're going to start off with a Landorus, another Energy, and a Chien-Pao. Okay. Man, this is brutal. I'd rather spend my money on Prismatic Evolutions. If I'm not going to get anything, at least give me a set that actually has some decent pulls of it anyways. Even though it's not the illustration rares that I want, at least I get stuff out of that one. So we got a Naveen, a Doublade, and a Decide You Eye. But yeah, I'd rather spend my money on Prismatic Delusions more than this, apparently, at this point, because it's, wow, yeah. $200 for 36 packs that I probably won't get anything out of. Well, $200 could have got me at least 3 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. About 4 packs of Destined Rivals. Giada's Rowlet. Okay. Finally got something. Sitting there on his little branch, all cute. Enjoying the day. Sunbathing. Very nice. I will take it, finally. And then Auroras is the other one we get. But yeah, I'd rather spend the money, apparently, as it stands right now, on those other card sets. I'll tell you this much, I'm going to definitely do some of the older sets once I can get myself back on track, back on my feet. But I definitely want to do some of the older sets. Older ETBs, older booster boxes, things like that. The Barkle, and then, wow, another energy card as the special card. Jesus. I don't think it's going to be the scalpers that are going to ruin this game. I think it's going to be the Pokemon Company that's going to ruin the game with pull rates like this. I mean, who's with me on that one? Wow. I mean, giving somebody an energy card for the reverse or the special card in the pack is like getting a mystery box that has the trick or treat cards in it. Like, wow, yeah. Whoever packaged these should just be fired. There's the redemption card for you. Wow. Alright, well, we got something back there. So we got a core memory, a Shinx, and another Celeste. Jeez. My goodness gracious. Alright, there's the redemption card for anybody. And we are going to have a Spinarak, Pavilion, and another Gengar. Like I said, this is a Gengar set. It's not a Zygarde set. It's a Gengar set. Alright. But hey, I guess I can't win everything, right guys? You know, I got some good pulls out of the Ascended Heroes. I got some amazing pulls out of Phantasmal Flames, Destined Rivals. Didn't get too great of pulls out of my Prismatic Evolutions, but I did get some. So I guess always got to have one set that I am going to get terrible on, just to kind of make up for it, right? All right. So anyways, everybody, like these videos for me. Help me get my channel out there. Help start building up the subscription base and the viewer base on these channels. I do want to build this out, make it a channel for fun. I'm not doing it to actually be a channel where I'm trying to make tons and tons of money off of it. That's not what I'm trying to do. You know, I want to try to get this channel so where I can actually build it up, do more pulls, do giveaways, things like that. Once I get settled in and get things taken care of again in my own life, you know, I want to reach out to the local vendors and start doing those charity auctions as part of my channel. Just start having fun, giving back to the community, have fun with it. And just kind of things like that. You know, this is not going to be my day job. I'm not going to turn it into anything like that. It's just going to be fun for everybody. There's the redemption card. But yeah, again, I mean, if you know anybody that has access to any of those vendors, Zygarde for the EX. So if you know any vendors that has access to any of this kind of stuff that would be willing to help me do some of these charity auctions, things like that, you know, get them in touch with me. I would love to start doing that. It being a charity, it'll be a tax deduction for them. But I would love to actually make that the main point of my channel. So just, I'd get like booster boxes, packs, things like that, and I'd auction off each pack on eBay or whatnot. And then the winners could actually, I would actually do the ripping videos of those packs online for everybody. And, you know, say who won it. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Bam. There it is, everybody. That is the special illustration rare Zygarde. That is the one that everybody is going to try to go after outside of the gold one. The only card that is actually is more profitable than this one right now is going to be Rosa's Engagement. But there we go. There is the second most valuable card in the set. This is the special illustration rare. And it's pretty cool. You got the other Pokemon characters around him. But Mega Zygarde, there we go. This is not going to get it pristine, I can tell you that right now, because the bottom heavy and then the right and left are a little bit off center. This could get a gem mint 10 for sure, but it will not get a pristine. But there we go, everybody. There is the special illustration rare Zygarde out of this entire set. I'm going to put that in the sleeve. So that one I will obviously put into my collection. I will send that out and get it graded, just so I can have it graded. Now, my personal collection, obviously the vintage stuff is going to be a different story, but any of the modern stuff that I do, if I send it out and get it graded and it comes back as a 9, I'm just going to put it online, let somebody else have it for their own collection. I'm one of those OCD people that wants to have a 10 for all my newer stuff, so if it's not a gem mint 10 or a pristine, then I'm not going to keep it myself. But there we go. The first major pull out of almost 51 packs, or was it 51? Did I say 36? And then 5. Yeah, out of 51 packs total. That's the very first one. Awesome. There we go, everybody. Mega Zygarde. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We will put that off to the side. Alright, that kind of makes up for everything. That kind of makes up for everything. Sweet. I really hope that's not going to be the only one we get out of all these packs, though. That would be absolutely terrible if that was the only one we got out of this entire set. So, going into a Eradicate, followed by a Volcanum, and a... Wow. Jeez. Rock Energy again. Funny thing is, I don't even want that Zygarde. Again, I'd rather have the Meowth myself. There's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. Alright, so we're going to have a Galetti, a Sandfoil, and a Lapras. Or a Sailfoil, I'm sorry, not a Sandfoil. And a Lapras. Lapras is nice, can't go wrong with Lapras. Nice little card. I still like the one from Destined Rivals, I believe it is, with Misty and Lapras on the beach. Just chilling, enjoying it. One card that I would love to get, doesn't even have to be a 10. I couldn't afford to get a 10 myself. But one card that I would just love to get is going to be the Lovebirds, Lapras, or Latios and Latios. I would love to have that card. I just think it's an amazing card. I think the Pokemon company should do more illustrations like that. It's a beautiful card, it really is. I would love to have that one. Oh, very nice. Aurorus. And a Scatterbug. Just because it would be, it's one of those cards that when you have in your collection, it's just an amazing thing to see. So, yeah, I would love to actually get that one myself. And one day, if I can maybe get a hold of a tag team set myself and pull it, or, you know, probably, like I say on my channel, always look into the aspect of how much you're going to spend trying to pull it as opposed to just buying it. In that aspect, it'd probably spend more just trying to buy the packs to pull that one. And another Ash. Seriously? Wow. That's what's going to be left over, because I'm just going to burn all these cards because it's a terrible pull rate. But anyways, yeah, like I said before, you know, always look into what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to pull one specific card out of a set, just buy the card. You're going to probably spend a lot less. Especially if it's going to be a graded card. But when you do that kind of stuff, make sure it's authenticated from a reputable company, stuff like that. Don't just buy random things just because somebody says it is, because people are faking all these cards nowadays. And yeah, we've got a Seal, an Agilash, and a Luxray. So, but yeah, I mean, that card would be one that I would love to have. It's just a beautiful card. And then the Umbreons, just like everybody else, I would love to have. The Moonbreon, the Sunbreon, and then I'd also like to have the other card that is in the Evolving Skies set, which is the second most expensive Umbreon in that set, which is the one where Umbreon is at the top of the stairs looking down with all the Pokemon below her on the stairwell, and then the Moonlight is behind her. Love to have that card for my own personal collection. It would just be an amazing thing to have, just because it's a beautiful card as well. That one, I know some of the other Pokemon influencers online, the YouTube influencers, they have that. They pulled it themselves, and they have it in their own collection. So who knows? Maybe if I can, do like Surging Sparks, for example, and pull the the SIR Pikachu. Maybe I'll get a hold of like PokeRev and say, hey, I'll give you this Pikachu that you've been wanting that you can't pull. If you want to give me the Umbreon, or maybe get a hold of Mystic Grip, because I know he likes the Dragonites, and I don't think he's pulled the one from Ascended Heroes yet. Get that one and be like, hey, I'll trade you, Umbreon for a Dragonite. I don't know, something like that. But maybe I'll get a hold of something like that, or go to one of these card shows and meet Clover or any of those other companies and do some trade or something with it. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Time will tell. There's the other redemption card for that pack, and we're gonna have a Snivy, Pokeball, and a Starmie EX. All right. So this is not the special illustration rare that I'm talking about. So this Starmie EX, it's a nice card. It's not the one I'm looking for. So this one goes for like $10 online. But yeah. Anyways, I actually did get a hold of a Evolving Skies pack about 3-4 weeks ago. I didn't do a video or anything on it because it was just one pack. I didn't want to do a short or anything like that. But of course, would you be surprised if I didn't get anything out of that pack? There's your redemption card. Yeah, that's right. Nothing out of that pack. So, yeah. Evolving Cries is definitely the name for it. So we got a Fletchling, a Rattata, and an Aurorus. Okay, and we are a little over halfway done with the pack. And the only thing we've really gotten was the Mega Zygarde. Wow. I mean, we've gotten some other illustrations, but nothing that is what anybody wants. So, alright, we got a Rowlet, followed by a Raticate. Awesome. And another Energy. Come on, Pokemon. Seriously, dude. Man, that is just ridiculous. But Raticate, this is actually a pretty fun one. It's not anything special. It's not like a super expensive card, nothing like that. This card, let's see what it goes for online. Let's see, gotta find it. I don't even see it on here. Okay. The Gengar, if you get the EB Games one, that one goes for $82 online, raw, by the way. I don't know. I'll just see where this one's at on the pricing, but yeah, the Raticate, I like it. It's pretty neat. He got his little buddies in the background hiding there, and he's just sitting there, telling everybody to stay away. Don't come down here. Neat little card. I actually think that one was in the previous set too. I believe it was in Ascended Heroes, I believe. So, yeah, obviously it's all Mega Evolutions. It's just going to have a different stamp at the bottom left, and they're going to reuse cards over and over again. Adding in a couple of new ones here and there, but yeah, they like to reuse cards. Alright, so we're going to have a Jaw Fossil, followed by a Crushing Hammer, and another Luxray. Alright. Okay. Can we not get my Meowth on this one? Wow. Actually, you know what? If you're watching this video, I might even just reach out to him myself, but I know the Meowth was pulled by PokeRev when he did his the other day. I mean, maybe... Well, actually, no, he pulled the Zygarde too. Never mind. I was going to say maybe he'll want to do a trade or something with me. So, alright. So, nothing special. Diggersby, Drapion, and another energy card as the reverse holo. So, but... Coming down to the wire here, everybody. Having some fun, though. Enjoying the card pulls. There's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. Starting off with a Clefairy, going into a Luxio, and an Aromatice, and a Aromatice, whatever you're going to say. Aromatice, and a Dugong. Well, at least on the bright side, it wasn't a holographic energy this time around. But... yeah, stay tuned. This is probably going to be the last opening I can do until I can get a job, get back on my feet. Luckily, I had pre-ordered these things a while back before it all happened. So I don't think I'll be doing any ETB battles or anything like that here soon. Got a Halucha and a Haunter and another Gengar. Jeez. But at least we got a Haunter out of it, too. So yeah. But I will be doing, if I actually no, I will be doing another video. I'll be doing a video on my graded cards that I sent in. So check back for that one. I've got 15 cards coming back. I've got the 10 cards that I had from my God pack with Ascended Heroes, which is including the Gengar. I would love to actually get that as a pristine 10. I think that would just be amazing. Got a Dugong, a Dedenne, and a Tarragon. Yeah, there we go. That is Tarragon. He's obviously hiding something in his back. You know, he's stroking his beard. What's he got going on? What's up his sleeve? What's he got planned? What's he going to try to do here? I'm kind of afraid for all the Pokemon out there. He seems a little shady to me. This card goes for like 13 bucks raw as of right now. But yeah, he looks a little shady. And he's even got that little grin to go with it. So, I don't know. Seems a little strange. Alright. Down the last stack of packs. There's the redemption card for anybody that wants it. And we are going to start off with a Furfrou and a Meowstic and a Superior. Okay. So, wow. I think the pull rates on Perfect Order, everybody, are just going to be absolutely terrible. I don't think it's going to be a set that people are going to want to come back to. I think it was just a filler stack that they're doing. So Rose's Encouragement, Pokemon Catcher, and Yveltal, EX. Yeah, I just think it's a filler set. I don't think it's going to be anything anybody wants, anybody's going to care about. I think people are going to forget about it very quickly here soon. With that being said, I think April we have quite a bit of stuff coming out. I want to say we have some more Ascended Heroes products coming out. I think the booster boxes and booster bundles and things like that are coming out. I do believe we have some more Ascended Heroes products coming out. And then obviously we're going to have the Chaos Rising stuff coming out here in May, I believe it is, when they're going to start releasing that. So those I know people are doing pre-orders for right now. So if you're going to be able to get some, jump online, get some pre-orders, or go down to your local shop, see if you can get some pre-orders. So we got a Esper, Talonflame, awesome. So Talonflame full art. That would actually easily get a 10, Gym 10, if not a pristine. I mean, that looks perfect. The alignment and everything, fresh pack, the alignment, that could get a pristine 10 very easily. But yeah, jump online, guys. You know, get your pre-orders out there and stuff. It'll save you from having to pay the scalpers. Now you'll have to pay a little bit more for some of these places. They usually do a charge for doing the pre-order. So, you know, if a booster an ETB is going to be 50 bucks retail, you know, as an MSRP, they might charge you $80 or $90, something like that. But that's still a far cry from having to pay, you know, 180 bucks, 200 bucks for an ETB that some of these places are trying to charge. There's your redemption card. Another card that I'm trying to get is obviously one that everybody is trying to get. It's not very expensive unless you try to buy it as a already graded 10. Trying to get the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. There's the energy card, a Scatterbug, and another energy holo. Would love to get that card myself, and that's specifically the only card in that entire set that I would like to have. Unfortunately, Paldea Evolved is, because it's no longer being printed, it's getting expensive to buy. I want to say a booster box of it for 36 packs is like $400 to $500. I could buy the card ungraded for like $300 or $400 online. So that goes back to what I was saying before. You know, think about what you're wanting to do and how much you're going to spend on it. So that we got a Staryu, a Tyrantrum, and another Clefable. So I'll put this one up for somebody who wants it. Like I said, I'll just do it for cheaper than what they're actually doing online. Because obviously I don't need two of them myself. But yeah, I'll put that on there for somebody. So I'll put that stuff on my eBay account. So check back. Just keep an eye on that if you're looking for that card specifically. So that one, let's see, that one was going for $10, so I'll probably put it on there for like $6 or $7, something like that. So again, you know, that money just goes back into my hobby of buying more booster packs, more booster boxes, ETBs, so I can continue building this channel. You know, it's not going to go into my pocket, you know, so definitely, you know, if you see them, by all means, feel free to help me out, build up the channel so I can sell the things I don't need and get more stuff. So this pack was also a terrible one. Got the reverse hollow Chin Pao and a fire. So we're down to the last 3 packs, everybody. That's right, 51 packs, and we've only gotten 1 SIR. Wow. There's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. And I'm pretty sure God packs don't exist with this set, by the way. So there's a Mawile, Bunnelby, and another Aurorus. Did get some EXs, which is fine. Did get some illustration rares, but again, not the one that I want. Out of curiosity, if somebody does get that special illustration rare Meowth, the one that has the burnt orange and yellow background to it, it's card number 121. You know, I'd be happy to try to maybe trade with somebody or do something along those lines. So we now have a Snorlax and a Talonflame and a Landorus. That's a nice little card there for that one. I like that. I like that artwork. And, you know, Snorlax. You can't go wrong with Snorlax. Fun little guy to have. I would love to have my original first editions that I had of him back in the day, just like all the other first editions I've had, which I was dumb enough to throw away because I was a stupid kid. And last pack, everybody. Are we going to get anything special out of this? I don't think so based on what we've been getting so far, but there's a redemption card for anybody that wants it. Last pack magic. Got an Esper. And we are going to have a Potion and a Clefairy and another Gengar. Oh my gosh. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me on this. Again, make sure you subscribe. Help me out build this channel. Check out my eBay account for some of these cards that I'm going to put out there that I'm not going to keep. Aside from that, you know, help me grow this channel. Again, if you know anybody that can help me out with those charity auctions I want to do, I would love to hear from them. But aside from that, subscribe, like the videos, and check back here soon for my unveiling of all my graded cards. Have a great day.